Good morning. Welcome to this webcast. Today we're going to be talking about creating dynamic user experience, search engine optimization, and web analytics using SharePoint 2010 and fast search. I'm PJ Bhatta. I'm senior lead consultant at Catapult Systems, and primarily I work on SharePoint technologies. Today we'll be talking about, today's agenda, we'll be talking about, first we'll take a very high-level overview of both of the SharePoint and fast technologies, and specifically in terms of the vision behind those two technologies. Then we'll dive into dynamic user experience using something called Personalization Accelerator for SharePoint. And then we'll dive into search engine optimizations and web analytics. So, vision for both of the technologies, SharePoint and FAST, are both helping customers and partners attract prospects, turn them into buyers, and then repeated buyers, and provide customers and partners with new revenue stream, especially through advertising or subscriptions. SharePoint Server for Internet sites help empower business to reach customers and partners. It also helps build engaging web experience on the unified business platform. And on the fast server side, fast search server for internet business helps connect customers and partners to the information they want. Fast also drives brand loyalty to help shape this experience into nth degree so business can develop a defensible competitive advantage. And finally, when it comes to revenue, SharePoint and Fast cover both sides of the profitability equation. SharePoint helps rapidly respond to internet business needs at low cost because it's a unified platform and ease of deploying and building the content. And Fast equip businesses to convert that web traffic into revenue. And we're going to look at that portion today. So all in all, it all adds up to a tremendous advantage for a business who wants to increase their reach, retention, and revenue from customers every step of the way. So that's the brief vision overview. Let's dive into building a dynamic user experience with Personalization Accelerator for SharePoint. What is Personalization Accelerator for SharePoint, or PAS? It's a behavioral targeting of web content. What it is that it uses a tracking cookie and profile to learn user behavior as user interact with your site. Once it learns about the user and how user interact with the site, it uses that information to modify the content that you have on your site to fit what user is wanting or targeting the content for that specific user. It does not require any login or authentication. User does not have to register or log in for this functionality. And that learning can be unlearned at a request of the user or completely stopped or reset it. So that all sounds good. Let's look at a real-life scenario and how this might work in a real life. So Contos Electronics, it's a manufacturer and retailer of electronic goods. They make a lot of electronic goods. They built their website using SharePoint 2010 and fast search for internet sites. And let's meet Shane. Shane is 28-year-old, single, and childless. He's always up on latest electronic gadgets, and he enjoys digital photography. It's his hobby. He uses online tools on a daily basis to stay current. More importantly for Contos, he is interested in buying a new digital camera to take with him on an upcoming tour of Europe. So Shane starts his search for camera on Contos website. When he lands to the site, what you see here, it's a default experience that Shane is getting at the moment because this is his first visit. Since he's looking for camera, he will go to cameras and camcorders menu on top, go to digital cameras, and enter in his search criteria. Well, Shane particularly looking for camera that is high range, in a high end, around 2,000 price range, and he wants something more than 12 megapixel. He's also looking for fast and wide-angle lens for the camera. So he entered that criteria into the website, and website comes back with appropriate result that matches that search criteria for Shane, so he can take a look at those camera. Since this website was designed right, on the right bottom corner, site provides, since Shane is searching for specific cameras, it take a look at that and say, here are some information and article related to new features that are available into some of the camera, and some of the great tips on how to take great pictures. Shane is really interested in that because he loves to learn about how to take great pictures. So what he does is that he bookmarks that particular page so that he can come back to it and read up more on how to take great pictures. So Shane then continues on onto the site, searching for different things, and he also searched for printers for printing great photos. So at this point, what PAS system is doing is it's tracking Shane's selection, things that Shane has selected so far in terms of the criteria for camera that he's looking for, what type of camera he's looking for, and it also recorded his click-through behavior. Shane is clicking on reading tips on how to take great pictures. So PS is noticing all this and writing it into profile and cookie. This is the first visit. So this is the second visit when Shane comes to the site. He finds specific camera and read reviews on them, and he also decides to write a review for the camera that he owns. So now he's getting more specific on the camera. He knows what he wants. He's getting closer to knowing what he wants. And he also puts in reviews. So at this point, PS make a note that Shane not only likes to read reviews, but he also likes to provide review for everybody else to use. On the next visit, Shane said is pretty clear on what he wants. He from the reviews that he read and some of the research that he has done. He knows which camera he wants now, but he's looking for a printer that's compatible with his camera to print great pictures. So he comes to the site and search for printers. Here, search has provided, since PS knows that he's looking for some cameras, certain printer has given a higher weight, so that the printer with the compatibility with certain camera comes up on the top of the search results. So at this point, what PS knows about Shane is that he's looking for a high-end camera body with 12 megapixel or higher, and he's looking for fast wide-angle lenses. He would like to read reviews as well as provide reviews. He's interested in tips for taking great pictures, and he's interested in high-quality photo printers. This is stored in his profile and cookie. So next time when Shane comes to Contos' site, he's going to see the homepage completely morphed to fit his interest. You'll notice that the default behavior of showing everything on all other products on the homepage is gone now. We're targeting what Shane is actually looking for. So the homepage is showing the cameras that he's interested in and printers that he's interested in the similar criteria that he has previously browsed. PS also notes that he likes to write reviews, so they put a write a review link at the bottom of the bottom right corner for him to provide reviews. Also, there are additional featured product web parts that can interact with the same profile and will give Shane specific product that he may be interested in and feature that product for him so that if he wants to buy that right there, he can. So this is pretty dynamic behavior. I mean, it's website is actually transform itself to meet what Shane is actually looking for. So what happens if Shane comes back through a bookmark that he has saved before and see older version of the page? Well, in that case, what PS will do is give him a notification that there's a home page that was rebuilt to match his interest. At this point, Shane can actually click on it to view it, or he can tell PS to ignore or reset whatever learned behavior that has been gathered so far. So until Shane decides to either reset or completely stop learning behavior, PS is going to keep learning about him and keep providing him with personalized experience that Shane is more interested in. So this is really dynamic and targeted user experience that is provided by SharePoint 2010 and Fast Search. So behind the scene, how it works. So as Shane was interacting with the site, as you can see on the bottom left corner, PS Event Tracker is that it was tracking all of his move onto the site and putting specific information into user profile as well as tagging the content that he was viewing, so that when search indexer run on the fast search, it take a look at that. It uses that profile that is stored in the database as well as the tag content that is into your site, and build specific index which is then consumed by PS web parts that you put onto your site or on the page layout that you have on your website, and that provides a personalized user experience for Shane. So behind the scene, everything still working on the same unified platform that SharePoint has. We're still using the data layer. We're using, for the feature product, we're using the Microsoft Advertising Ad Center platform. And then the application layer, we're using Office SharePoint Server 2007 and Fast Search for internet sites and all the things that it comes with. And then for the presentation layer, it's still your Internet Explorer and the mobile that users use. So it's using the standard platform, a unified platform that SharePoint provides to build a very rich and very dynamic user experience that users will be able to get onto your site. The way you build that is that Microsoft has built certain tools that would allow you to build flows that actually dictate how user experience is formed. For developers, there's a plugin for Visual Studio where they develop flows, and for business users, there's a Fast Search Business Manager which help business users deploy, start, stop, and monitor flows. So there are different tools that different users will interact with to build this unique user experience for end users. So some of the clients that uses that technology, there are many, but some of them are Best Buy, American Express Travel, and HP. It's really great and engaging user experience that you can build on SharePoint 2010 and Fast Search. So now that we've talked about how you can provide a great user experience, a dynamic user experience to users once they come to your site, let's talk about how we're going to get users to your site. And the way you get your user to the site is when one of the ways is through search engines, when users are searching for specific content that you have on your site. So you want to make sure that the site that you develop is optimized for search engine. You want to make sure that the ranking that you get based on the content is higher than others. And then we're talking about natural and unpaid search, not the one that you pay for on the site and search engines put your site up top. This is the content as it gets indexed by search engines in a natural way. We also want to make sure that the content that you have, images, rich media, we want to make sure that when users search for those, your site gets found as well. So building all this, there's no tool that will say, take my site and put it into, on top of every search engine results. There's no tool like that. Search engine optimization, it's a strategy that you need to employ to build your site to where it's to optimize for search engine. So let's talk about some of the strategies that you can employ to actually build your site, optimize your site for search engines, and how SharePoint allows this strategy into the platform, and how you can leverage some of the things in SharePoint to build it. So first is you want to build a friendly URL. Clear wording, simple and meaningful. It's very important. Having your website saying contos.com/123/456.html, it's going to have much lower search engine ranking than having a very detailed descriptive URL. Having it contos.com/product/camera/Canon, it's going to have much higher ranking than just numbers. Also, the CMS system that uses IDs to create, to render pages, where your URL is actually IDs, it passes parameter and pass ID to render the page, it's going to have much lower ranking. So SharePoint now allows folder structure inside of pages library. So earlier version you couldn't create pages, so your pages usually stay in pages library, but now, well, since you can create folder structure inside of your pages library, you can actually better organize your page and better organize your content and better put a descriptive path, URL path for your content. Next is great page title. It's a really important factor in search algorithms. You want to make sure that your pages has a very descriptive and clear title. And it's also, search engines usually take into account first three characters of the page title that you give to your page. One of the things that Microsoft has done internally is that when authors are authoring their pages, when they start typing their page title, as they reach the max size limit, the text are getting yellow, and then once they pass the max, it becomes red. It's kind of letting the user know that, hey, you're not optimized for search. Anything you put beyond that's not going to have any effect on the search engine optimization. So that's something that you can build into your site. You can make sure that you can provide great title. Descriptive and accurate metadata element. So search engine uses description, language, and robot to better understand the content that you have on your site and take that into account when it indexes your content. Earlier, a keyword was one of the tags that was used. It's not used as often now. It's this field are used more often now. The way SharePoint incorporate this is that you can build your content type and page layout to actually collect the information for this tag and actually put them onto your layout, so that when authors are authoring the content, you can have them actually enter the content for this specific tags and use layout to drop them onto the page so that they're always there. Next is sitemap.xml and robot.txt. Having a sitemap.xml at the root is very essential. It has once you put that in there, your search engine optimization is going to go up. It's nice when search engine can tell what to look for. Robot.txt file is actually used to point search engines to your sitemap.xml file, as well as if you have certain content that you don't want search engines to index, you can put exclude path in there as well. So it's very useful couple of files that you can put into your site for optimization. SharePoint 2010, you can generate the sitemap.xml file by either using PowerShell, or there's a search engine optimization toolkit that you can put on IS7 that would actually build that for you. So it's really nice tool to have that onto your site. Search engine friendly redirects. Search engine having a 301, a permanent redirect, is much more search engine friendly than having a 302 redirect. And SharePoint 2010 uses 301 redirect. So that's really great improvement in SharePoint where you are using permanent redirect instead of temporary. Use of text along with flashy content. So it's common sense that search engines are not going to go into your flashy content, Silverlight, or your Flash and try to figure out what text you put in there. So it's always a good idea to accompany some of the text along with the flashy content that you have that describe what you have in the flashy content. Faster response time. Lately, some of the search engines are putting more taking the response time into consideration. It's not as big of a weighting onto the fast response time, but still it's one of the factors that would determine your ranking. Better anchor text for links and alt text for images. So you want to make sure that your links that you put onto your site are descriptive links. It's not something that the whole URL that you cut and paste. That's pretty standard search engine strategy that you need to employ. And alt text for images, you want to make sure that you always do alt text because that is what's going to help search engine when people search for images and things like that. The alt text is going to help search engine determine if there are some images that matches to some of the search criteria. Always provide text-based content for rich media. So if you have video on your site and rich media that you're streaming from, you want to make sure that you put some text-based content around that. Search engine is not going to play the video and kind of convert the audio to text and index it that way. So it's always a good idea to take what you have in video, some of the concepts and key things that are discussed in there, and actually put a text along with the rich media. And finally, use webmaster tools to submit sitemap and check results. So there are tools that Bing and Google and other search engines provide that you can actually submit sitemap and check the results that you get for the site for your site. So those are some strategies. So now, good search engine optimization it requires setting reasonable and practical goals. I mean, SEO is imprecise. It's the rules that index your content, they changes. I mean, that's the nature of the world that we live in. So you need to constantly look at the rules and what's going on and set some reasonable goals. Also, there is no substitute for having useful and relevant content. That is must. Initially, if you don't have that, you can probably initially get there, but you're gonna, in the long run, you're gonna lose out. So there's no substitute for having a use for relevant content. And understanding how search engine rank and what you can and should do, that should be your ongoing strategy. You need to evaluate periodically as what has changed in search engine ranking and how you can adapt to that, so that your content is always updated and always get ranked higher. Also, you want to leverage some of the good tools that would help you along the way. For example, auto-generation of sitemap. You want to make sure that you have tools to auto-generate your sitemap as you evolve, the content grows, and as things change on your site. Instead of having a static sitemap that somebody created a long time ago and put it there and it's very outdated, it's going to have very low ranking. So you want to make sure you have tools to do that. So once you have your site up and it's submitted, you want to use some tools to continuously monitor things that happen on your site. SharePoint 2010 out of the box provides some new reports and schedule alerts to help you monitor those things. There are a number of reports that you get out of the box, like number of page views and unique visitors daily, top pages and top visitors and things like that that you can utilize to actually analyze the site that you have and kind of see what's going on your site continuously. Here you see a number of page views, and on the left-hand side you see different built-in reports that you get out of the box. And again, here are the page views. One of the other tools that you can use for search engine optimization is there's a search engine optimization toolkit that you can install on IIS 7. It's a different install. It's a separate install that you can put onto your IIS 7, and what that does is you can then point your SharePoint site. You can tell tools to look at your site and evaluate it. So this is a great tool. It goes through your site and figure out all the violations. This tool is specifically built to evaluate for search engine optimization. So it will find if you have broken link, or if you have if you're missing certain tags, and it detects everything. It has a lot of detailed report in terms of how search engine optimization works. And it has different layout as well. I mean, if it's critical, it will tell you its error. If it's something that's not critical, but it's nice to have to improve your ranking, it'll give you a warning. And it gives you more. It tells you where it is as well. I mean, each page, it'll tell you, for example, here it tells you that certain pages are missing image tags or alt tag for image and things like that. So these are some of the great tools that you can use to analyze the content that you have onto your site and make sure that your site is always optimized for search engine. So what we looked at is, we looked at how you can build a dynamic and rich user interface for your end user using SharePoint 2010 and fast search. Then we looked at how you can optimize your site, some of the strategies you can develop to optimize the site for search engine, and some of the tools that you can use on an ongoing basis to analyze how you can optimize, how you can find different flaws in your content, and how you can correct them. Here are some documentation links, some of the reference links. And that's all I have. If you have any question, I'll open this up to question now. Let me unmute you so that actually you might want to submit the question through QA manager so that we can get them. So we'll be sending you all a copy of the webcast, so then that you can view them whenever you need to. Great. We'll wait for a few more minutes for questions that you have. And if you don't have any question, thank you for your time, and hope this was helpful.